Along the people that uh, record this, the people that uh, record this, gotta keep it private. Sail away to keep it private. You guys know what I look like. You don't need to know what I look like. And many people ridiculing me and talking bad about me, and I'm not dealing with it no more. Change the narrative, or the narrative says, picture of me out. Identify me with a picture of my car. Yeah. We got an unknown person sitting in the parking lot. Don't know who the hell it is. Just know they don't live here. Wow, 34 people on one like. And then nice. Dang. Oh, Joe's done the third and 22 and I get two. Dang, man. I have to keep my identity private. I got too many people bashing me and accusing me falsely, and I don't want to deal with it no more. Let them identify me with a picture of my car. That'd be enough. I don't support anything they say I support, but they like to sit there and keep beating up on shit. So that's what I got to do now. What's up? What's going on? Oh, yeah, I'm doing all right. Just chilling out. Doctor's appointments and everything else. What's going on? Oh, I gotta see what's going on here. Till 1 second. Uh, I'm not showing my face anymore. That doesn't get me subs. It gets me problems and headaches. I don't need it. I got somebody that doesn't live inside this body telling everybody how I am and what I've had and all the false things that I've said and lies and everything else. But yet they don't live in this body every day, so they don't know. Clue. So it's the way it's going to have to be from now on. I don't have any choice but to keep my face out of the limelight, if you will. That's good. What part did it tell you what? Yes, yes. No, I've given enough time. People sitting there poking fun and everything else. Now they can look at whatever I'm looking at. Just keeping myself out of the limelight. None of anybody's business anyway. Well, you're probably better off not because you get a hater that'll latch. They say you're responsible for everything you say, and they can't be responsible for anything they say. And I just don't have time for it. You know, what they call somebody lying and everything else is not a lie. But they like to pass that on to everybody that they are, so it doesn't help. Uh, Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere. Not unless my phone goes dead. No, not yet. But thanks for the heads up. I'll take a look at it. The hell is this? A PA car? No parking for Patrick's Pub. Oh yeah, I don't know they were there. I wasn't there. They only did a cardboard cut out of me. That's it. John did a good skit with a couple of mild insulting bits put in, but there was a couple of other people that actually did very insulting bits that I would never visit their page at all. What they think is comical, I find downright demeaning. So, you know, let's see. Mm-hmm. No, not really. A couple, not many though. They had like a gang buster of them come on and say they were subs, and then all of a sudden they deleted everything. So they were either fake accounts or there were trolls. fake accounts or there were trolls. That's about it. Why would you come in here and say that to me? What do I got to do with it? Not a damn thing. Nope. You know why? Because the insult ones, like that one guy calling me a whore and saying, "Why does it take 4 years for me to put my car together?" Don't I know how to build an engine? Excuse me, but when you're 56 and you're 300 pounds and you're not in the best health, let's just say, for me, I take my time. I'm not at anyone's beck and call or on their time clock or on their schedule. I do what I can when I can. That's it. Yeah, but this way they're not in any living room. They're looking at a picture of my car with me doing work on it. That's it. Yep. And you know something else. The other thing is, it was more than internal engine work while the block was still on the car. It was me learning as I was going along. Then it was locating all the original OEM parts, and then it was painting and metalwork as well. So like I said, it's my car, it's my channel. They want to take 20 years to do my car. That's been my business, not theirs. Don't like it. There are plenty of other channels out there. I don't have to deal with it. Nobody's going to rush me into completing something half-assed instead of it being done right, like they have done before. Not dealing with that anymore. And if I don't feel good and I don't want to work in it, that's my business. You know what I'm saying? It's like anybody else. Nobody has a right to tell you what you should and shouldn't do on your own time or your own material objects. That should be up to you and up to you only. You're not Tim, so I wish you would cut it out. You're one of the haters, buddies. Or, feeler gauge screw up because I thought the guy knew something else. I didn't think he didn't know that they weren't, solid lifters. They were actually hydraulic. So after he got done with that, I'm the one that did the adjustment afterwards, and that's why it ran. I'm not a mechanic, but I'm blind. If I can do these things that I did with that engine, there's no way anybody could call me not mechanically inclined. Just because I don't meet their standards doesn't mean that I'm not somebody that knows what they're doing, at least to a certain extent. Yes, it does. I never had a problem getting that motor to run. The only thing that I had a problem with was a lot of other things needed to be done. So the engine ran in between because I wanted to see if it would run without those things being done. But nobody knew that because they don't lie, they didn't ask. And yes, it does run, but you know what? The engine is 69 years old. We're not going for brand new engine sounds and running like a brand new engine. It's already had its lifetime on the road. It's just been reinstated so that it rolls again. And me being the kind of person that I am, I wasn't I wasn't going to get rid of the car until I got the car running. So now it's everything that's got to be put back together. Fuel line is still not worked on. The fuel pump is still being a bitch, and the brakes still have to be worked on. But nothing for nothing. I've got all the other stuff done. So the hard part was getting the car to run. It now does that, so that's good enough for me. Unlike some of these other haters, you know, they're looking for perfection, but there's nothing perfect about them either. And they need to look at themselves in the mirror before they go and pointing the finger at somebody else. No, but I might wind up making it a two door. It's called a two-door conversion. A lot of people do it. You be an air off and it won't run. This is bullshit. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Keep getting all these weird cars pulling in here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of people take their sweet time by redoing an old car slowly. They don't bum rush it because somebody else got a bug up their ass to see it be done. Everything takes time. It doesn't happen in minutes. If you're going to restore an old car that's 69 years old, you got to take your time with it, especially if you're rebuilding an engine that's in the car itself and you don't take it out. Nothing gets done properly. Plus, I don't have that option to actually take an engine out of a car and put it somewhere where it's going to be protected from the elements. That's the other reason why I did it in the car. But nobody understands that. And no, I didn't. I didn't hone them out. Nope. And I didn't lap the valves either. You know what I did in order to lap the valves? Very fine sanding paper on the ridges of the valves. Very fine. And only a little bit in order to get the burr or whatever the hell it is off. And then what I do is I put the new valves in and all that other happy garbage, and I had the heads on my living room table upside down. And what I did was I poured rubbing alcohol over every one of the valves, the intake and the exhaust valves. And there was no rubbing alcohol that seeped through. So that showed me that they were seated. I don't know what else I mean, you can do whatever you want, but there are certain other methods you can do in order to make sure that they're seated. Now, the new pistons that went in when I put them in, I put them in correctly, and what I did was I turned the rings in opposite directions of one another so that wouldn't be right over each other, so the oil wouldn't leak through. Okay, so let's see. The pistons were brand new. They were the same weight as the others. I actually asked somebody at Summer Racing what the weight ratio for one and the other one was. They told me. They tried to make it as close to the original flat tops as they could. So I didn't hone out uh, the cylinders because the cylinders took care of that for me. A couple of times up and down, and the cylinder walls look like brand new. Just the ones that I put in, but nevertheless, they do look like brand new. And one reason why I was so gun ho about white lithium grease is because the car sat out there a winter with a tarp over the top of it. You know how I prevented the block from rusting? White lithium grease. That's how. No, that this car didn't have any valve seals. There were none in this. And that's not leaking in oil anyway, so there you go. If I have to, if it's a mistake that I made, well, then you learn from your mistakes. Then you go back and you do it again. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, there was crosshatch sanding. Definitely there was. But the engine doesn't run like it has a knock or a valve train problem. What you're hearing, why it sounds like Christine when Arnie bought the car and brought it to Darnell's Auto Salvage Yard, is because the exhaust pipes are not tightened up. The little cork things are not set into the exhaust. Then you go back and you do it again. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, there was crosshatch sanding. Definitely there was. But the engine doesn't run like it has a knock or a valve train problem. What you're hearing, why it sounds like Christine when Arnie bought the car and brought it to Darnell's Auto Salvage Yard, is because the exhaust pipes are not tightened up. The little cork things are not set into the exhaust manifolds. That's why it sounds like that. I know everything that's wrong with the car, and I know what I got to do in order to fix it. I know the carburetor has a problem at the base gasket because it doesn't have the original studs in it. And that's not from me, that's from the previous owner. They put a nut on one side or a bolt on one side, and they used different studs for the other three holes. So I tightened it down as far as I could. But like I said, the engine is 69 years old. It's not perfect, and it's not going to be perfect. You know, it's a project car. It'll always be a project car. It's not a trailer queen by any means. and I did what I could with it, with what I had, in order to, make it as good as I can. Some people have a problem with, others don't. Mainly the reason why some people have a problem with it is because they have a garage, they have the proper tools, they have the time to do things the correct way. Other people don't. I'm not trying to upgrade it, Tony. I'm just trying to get it to run. It's a 69-year-old engine. It's probably worn. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. But you can't sell a car that doesn't run unless you want to be taken for a ride by tire kickers and other shit like that. That's the problem. And you can't please everybody. And YouTube is not about pleasing people. It's about showing what you can do and what you can't do. I do the things that I did the hard way because I didn't have things available to me at my disposal. So I really couldn't do what I wanted to do. Because I don't want nobody see me anymore. I'm tired of certain people talking crap about me, saying that I support cheese pizza when I don't, saying that I want to have sex with somebody who's 16 when I don't. Crying out loud, I don't even want to have sex, or I don't want to have a relationship with somebody who's 44 either. I like my single life, you know. But these people are so deranged no matter what you say to them. They seem to think that they could just step all over you. So, you know, whatever. Then they try to pass off some shit that now I'm a gay predator. I went after somebody in my family, which is bullshit too, because nobody with that name is related to anybody on any side of my family anywhere. Period. For the most part, sometimes it's not. I still find myself trying to force some words out correctly. Sometimes I can't, but they're not going to do an MRI because, first of all, I do have a stent in my arteries. They're not going to make an incision above your groin and put a piece of metal on you for nothing. That's retarded. No, I don't think it was a stroke. I don't know what it was. I'm not the doctor here, but I think what it was is at times I have like a sleep apnea, like I can't sleep in a bed, so I have to sleep sitting up. You know what I'm saying? It all depends on how loaded my gut is. Sometimes I can sleep in bed. Other times I can't because I take that water pill, and if it doesn't flush everything out of me, then I just stay bloated, and it's very uncomfortable to sleep that way. Your breathing changes, and you kind of like taking shorter breaths, and that doesn't help me. I think what it was probably sleep apnea. I think maybe it was one of the nights when I, was having a problem breathing, but decided to go to bed anyway. I don't know what's a TIA. Could have been stress, because the Lord knows I've been putting up enough of that on this social media platform. It could have been sleep apnea. It could have been me having a problem sleeping in bed. I don't know what the hell it was. I said they said it could have been a stroke, but no side of my face is drooping. It's just the speech. That's it. And now I have to be careful what way I sleep at night. Maybe, maybe. I'm pointing not towards a stroke or a heart attack. I'm thinking it's probably one of the smaller things. But I don't have any proof, and I'm not a doctor, so I can't sit there and say yes for sure or no for sure. They still have to run tests on me this week at my primary care office, and they'll tell me probably by the end of the week what it was. Because Friday is the last day I got to go in for tests. I don't know. We'll find out by the end of this week. I'm not quite sure yet. They took the blood test. They took the urine test. Uh, the blood test is for many different things. I think they did like six things of blood on me. One day and another 2 days later or 3 days later after that. Urine test. They did my coordination test, my peripheral vision test, my vision test, my strength test. Both of my arms are the same, strength, not weak. So there's no problem there. Um, the stress test they did as well. That's something like a DOT physical does. They check you by your stress test because I want to make sure you're not weak. And the other thing is, I want to make sure you don't pass up behind the wheel. Passing out could be due to sugar spike or sugar drop off. There's a lot of things that test you for. And based on your situation, well, that determines how many tests you have to actually take in order for them to, find out what's wrong with you. Now, unlike a lot of people that hate me on here, I actually did work as a PCA. A PCA is a person that takes care of elderly people in their home and tries to help them live a better life that they can't do for themselves. You become bonded, and with that, you also get fingerprinted because people don't want somebody in their house who's going to rob them blind. No, I'm not diabetic. I'm hypoglycemic. I'm the opposite of that. But now I got to start watching my sugar intake more than I ever before because if I don't, it's very easy for me to turn into a diabetic. and I don't want to be slave to insulin shots and crap like that, and blood testing all my life. I need a recliner is what I need. The chair I'm sitting in is a busted rocking chair. So the back part of the damn thing fell apart. So I have to put a comforter over it in order to sleep in it. I got one of the cushions from the sectional sofa over one side and the comforter on the other side. So that way, not only does it cover the wood that's broken, but I can also rest my head on it. Maybe I might. The problem is that would shift because people move when they're sleeping. They don't sit still. Or crazy. I gotta go back inside. CD player, like $30. Ah. We're keeping my. He needs to see my ugly punim. All I do is making fun of it anyway. Negative. He's not drunk. I know it's awkward, but you know what? For cartoon drawings, a whole bunch of other garbage. Oh, shit. You guys know what it look like. It's not like you haven't seen me before. Yeah, I know. Well, when the crap stops, then that's when I'll come back. And I don't see that stopping anytime soon. So, well, these are my friends. Well, there's a thing called bullyville.com, and I'm thinking about going that route because I don't like my life being paused because of some big fat mouth, false lying, telling uh, crap head that don't know when to stop. So from now on, that's going to be like this until that shit stops. Record that. Yeah, that's what I feel like. I'm feeling like I'm being bullied by a frickin' snot nosed brat that's got nothing better to do with his life than sit there and make fun and poke shit at people who don't know, but he thinks he knows. He don't know shit. And I'm tired of my life being caged up because of his bullshit. That's exactly what it is. It's bullshit. Nobody should have to live this way. You can't ignore it. It's all over the damn place. That's the problem. But anyway, like I said, the thing is, I just don't, I don't see the reason why I should have a bum rush working on my car or, make somebody else's time schedule or whatever. And people coming on here telling me what to do and how to do it as far as their accounts being blocked or whatever. If you were blocked, you weren't blocked by me. You were blocked by somebody else. And if you're blocked by somebody else and there's somebody related to you, well, that happened for a reason. That person is looking out for my best interest, not yours. Some parts were being, being funny. I understand that, but there were little parts of it inside the. Yeah, exactly. That guy thought it was funny. He's like, I didn't do nothing. Yeah, I'm like, we know your routine. You come in here with a fake name, and then you play civil for a little bit, and then you come in here and you just start bashing people. We know how that crap goes. I'm doing all right. I've been staying off of here, but I figured to get on here today, leaving just my picture up of the car. Nobody needs to see me. They already know what I look like. So I'm keeping my identity private now too. But I'm here talking, so I don't know. Whatever you want to. Tim was like a couple of times. When John did the cardboard cut up of me and used it for Sykeston. I could see some parts were being, being funny. I understand that, but there were little parts of it inside the realm of the video that he made where they were also trying to be insulting. And then you had this other guy come on uh, his own video and call me a whore and say, why did it take 4 years to work on my car? And what's the matter? Don't I know how to put an engine together? I'm like, I didn't realize I had to live up to your expectations. Who died and left you boss? I see a couple things where I can, make my money off of somebody else. A person sitting there calling me uh, supporter of a cheetah, if you know what I mean, and saying that I wanted to have sex with a 16-year-old and or an 18-year-old, which I didn't say that at all. That word never came out of my mouth. I don't even want to have sex with a 44-year-old. Hell, you like that? I like my single life just the way it is. I don't have to do nothing. I don't bother nobody. I don't chase after nobody. I don't stalk nobody. I don't do none of this shit. So I just sit here, watch TV, do what I got to do, and when it comes to work and stuff, I do my job. That's it. Just like any other average Joe. I'm entitled to my opinions about things because we live in a free country, not a communist state. Maybe some people live in under the rock that they live in a communist state, but we do not. Nobody should be passed judgment on by their opinion of something. So if that's the case, everybody's guilty at that one time in their life or another. Well, like I said, my time period of growing up was a lot different than anybody in this time frame. We didn't have cell phones and laptops, and we used our vocal cords. We actually went and met that person face to face, not behind some keyboard. We weren't considered warriors. And if we had any thoughts or anything to say, it came directly out of a mouth, not somebody else's. And they sure as hell didn't make their decisions based on your opinions, especially when they don't know jack shit. You too, Carl. Have a good one. Now, do you really think I'm going to say that? Do I look like I'm stupid? A one time thing should not be ridiculed for the rest of the person's life. Some of you people need to grow up. What's up? R&D, I'm not going to answer this because I already told you I did not block you. You have a problem opening up your eardrums and hearing somebody telling you something because you keep repeating the same crap over and over again. I told you before, I already looked at my Google account. You were not blocked by me. So you need to stop that shit now. Then read the damn statement above you, if you do. Damn it, man. I don't come on here to have you stress me out because you don't want to listen to me. You don't want to listen? Don't. But don't keep drilling me with the same question that you know I've already answered. Want to know why he blocked you? I'll tell you why he blocked you. Because Livy, your niece, and you keep going into Mako's live and talking shit about me behind my back. And I've seen some of it because I've been in Mako's live without him knowing me. I'm even there, and I've seen it. So if you're a supporter like you say you are, why are you doing that shit? And why is your niece doing that shit? I don't go into somebody else's live and talk shit about you or Livy. Neither one of them, you. Would you like me to? Because that can be arranged. Maybe I can become an asshole and do that shit at other people. Would that be nice? You could say that's not true all you want. I was witnessing it. When I go into those lives, because they're people I don't like, and I don't like how to sit there and ridicule me and try and call me something I'm not. But I hear what people say in there, and I see it. I'm sorry, but I'm not 3 years old. I don't need to go in there and talk shit about somebody else. If you don't like that person, you don't say nothing about them. Just don't talk to them, period. I don't care who you have as a friend. I could care less. If you want to go in there and see what's going on in his life, any other person's life, that's your business. But you definitely don't have a right to go in there and talk shit about me, especially when I'm not doing it to you. Nope. Me, I have two pensions. Mm-hmm. That means you're a mod. That's what it means. It's the world according to them, and nobody else exists. Nope. Me, I have two pensions. Oh, I do it all the time. That's all that's on my laptop is those two clowns, stupid ass videos. It's the world according to them, and nobody else exists. They can't be reached upstairs in the brain because they're mentally incompetent. That's why. What are you talking to about? Ponte Monte Act. You're out. You got a blue wrench too. No, you can't grab peace or any damn. You can't do it with these people. No, you can't. It's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. That means you're a mod. That's what it means. Thank you. I bought this ice making machine last night. Every time I hear it click, it sounds like popcorn hitting the bottom of a bowl. Oh yeah. Well, that one is a four door, but the parts are still interchangeable with a lot of the other 57 Chevys. Probably be with it more to tear it apart and sell the parts off of it than it would be to sell the whole car in one piece. Fenders, hood, wheel wells, engine pieces that are OEM, that kind of stuff. You know what I've eaten all day today, Tim? Other than what the hell is it? Two English muffins, water. That's it. Nothing else in the form of ice. What's for dinner? Hmm. Yeah, this sure is. Right now, with what I have, is a worth over $6,000. $46 an ounce. I can't believe that shit. Oh, and then I have some gold too. So there you go. Bada bing, bada boom, baby. It's what reliable. Yep, sure do. I haven't spent my money on it anything but bills. That's it. That's all I've been spending it on. I haven't bought any Hot Wheels or anything like that. Nothing. It's called a project car. I bought the car sight unseen, and there are pictures on my page in the community posts that show what the car looked like when I got it, and also show what the car looks like now that I have it. And it still needs work. I still have to recover the seats. I did a brand new headliner on it. I did door panels. The dash is painted. Steering wheel's painted. I have the parts that I didn't have for it, like the horns, the radio, the clock, the horn ring, the horn cap, uh, armrests, window cranks, molding for the outside stainless stuff. Let's see, the little Chevrolet script for the hood, the V for the hood, as well as the back trunk lid. But now I have to get another lock set because somebody put a dent in my trunk lid and drilled out the trunk lock. So I have to fix that. Not much. Not much. Just chilling out, doing a live stream without my face being in the picture. Just trying to keep things private, just because I'm getting tired of having everything posted all the time about me. What are you talking about, Fred? I don't have any comic book. Hmm. It's all right, man. Oh yeah. Well, no. Actually, I've been. Yes, I have. Uh, Nobody's doing anything with that house. Still looks like it's abandoned. or at least 62, something like that. You have to be of age to collect a pension. You can't do it before that, or you don't get the full benefit of the pension. No. Not unless I can collect disability. I don't think that's going to happen. For some reason, the state doesn't want to help me. Probably because I helped myself for so long that when I need the help, they pretty much told me to go screw myself. Mm. Hmm. Stupid. I don't. I already did that. I did bricklaying for foundation of houses. I also did painting. I did drywall hanging. Uh, that's about it really. Oh, and roofing. I say that, but hmm. Now I was doing things. All the jobs that I've held, or just to do things to pass the time. I actually did real postering too. I worked for a guy down in Elizabeth by Broad Street train station. Company was called Vision Systems. One of the last jobs we did was La Casa Maria restaurant in King of Prussia, PA. No horror movies. Friday the 13th? No. I have them. I have Nightmare on Elm Street as well. And I also have Halloween. And also have Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the hell is the other ones? Faces of Death. Man, on some creepy videos. Those are creepy. Weird shit. Hmm. Yeah, Tim, because they weren't made by a director. They weren't falsified films. Those shits were real. Oh, not even that, Tim. And Elizabeth by I don't. I already did that. I did bricklaying for foundation of houses. I also did painting. I did drywall hanging. Uh, that's about it, really. Oh, and roofing. I say that, but hmm. Now I was doing things. All the jobs that I've held were just to do things to pass the time. I actually did real upholstering too. I worked for a guy down in Elizabeth by Broad Street train station. Company was called Vision Systems. One of the last jobs we did was La Casa Maria restaurant in King of Prussia, PA. Huh. No horror movies.
You know what? We don't need it. I mean, we could buy it for something awesome, but let's go check it out. Huh? No big deal. Yeah. So there. Yeah. Tell Jared we're going to, get to go to the auction. It's fine. I'll tell him. They won't be. Something. There's multiple issues. My check engine light has been off. Say that. That's only something. It's one of like
Friday the 13th? No. I have them. I have Nightmare on Elm Street as well. And I also have Halloween. And also have Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And the hell is the other ones? Faces of Death. Man, there was some creepy videos. Those are creepy. Weird shit.
That poison ivy. My deluxe. I think it'll you don't see what's in that glass. My vision is like so good. What am I drinking? Liquid. Morning gathering. They're gathered here today, here in Marietta. Wait, and more to get here. Oh, yep. Jordan Brandy are just hiding over in the shade. They're too white to stand inside. Well, they're not soft got on there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Stop. Bubba Doo. Wear a black shirt?
Yeah, Tim, because they weren't made by a director. They weren't falsified films. Those shits were real.
Carbonate. A little early for noon. Yeah. Before you go to the gate, you need another room. You gotta go to the unit. They're getting you five and take a look around. You can't go inside. And whoever sets a foot, they're on it today. Are you ready?
People are saying, "Well, you need to drink more water." Well, what I do now is I make my ice cubes with Poland spring water, and I don't even put any liquid in my glass. My glass is an old McDonald's glass.